Echo is the newest Marvel Disney Plus show and tells a story about a superhero, anti-hero, whatever the show wants to make her out to be, character called Maya Lopez, and her return to her hometown after all the events of Hawkeye and what led up to these moments of her life. She's trying to figure out why the Kingpin is in her hometown and trying to take down every single goon there. And that's the basic gist of the entire 6-episode series. And where do I begin? Now, I was actually looking forward to this series. I am a huge fan of the Daredevil show, and so seeing these characters in this series is very exciting to me. I was also a fan of the mature tone that this show was going for, and the serious tone of everything that's happening is what I want the MCU to do more of. And while I'm not a big fan of this show, just say that off the bat, I do appreciate that Marvel is going serious with this show. It's more rewatchable for me than some other MCU shows like Secret Invasion, you know? But like Secret Invasion, there are a lot of dumb decisions in this show. Not as bad as Secret Invasion. This is like Oscar levels worthy compared to that pile of trash, but this is yet another disappointing Disney Plus show. And that is mostly due to the writing and the characterization of Maya Lopez, who I found to be very unlikable. She is portrayed as a perfect assassin from when she is born to now. She is good at everything and did not really need much training. She is on the job. She is focused on the job. She doesn't care if her family gets involved. And you're starting to see the problem here. She is too stoic. She's too focused on her job. And there's very little of her really connecting with her family. Connecting to her roots like the show's trying to do. Take her to her hometown, but she doesn't really focus on that. Which could have been a cool concept. And having her family forcefully put themselves in these situations and Maya Lopez trying to not let anything happen to them, that would have been some cool conflict. But no, she actually gets them involved herself in these dangerous scenarios and doesn't really care if they say no or not. She just needs them to do what she needs to do. And everyone's wrong, and she knows what's going to happen, and she's able to get the job done. Really, she doesn't go through any struggles, and that is amplified by the first episode, in which we get good setup for her. But after she starts training and is already a great fighter off the bat in her first try, I had a feeling that this show is going to do everything in its power to make her a perfect character with no need to struggle. And that's what she is. She is, despite her amputated leg and her deafness, she really doesn't have any problem. And these aspects of her character don't really affect her in any of these fight sequences. And that's a real shame. It would have been cool for her to try and improvise in some of these fight sequences. Like maybe, I know we get like her point of deaf view at times where she can't hear anything in these fight sequences. But it would have been cool for her to not be able to hear someone and trying to learn how to use echolocation like the show was trying to do, and have that grow throughout, where that becomes hard for her in the beginning, but then later on she learns how to adapt to her surroundings like Daredevil, and maybe she loses her amputated leg and is trying to improvise without it, like some cool stuff like that. But no, she is great in the action sequences, which are poorly edited, chopped up to hell. The choreography is slow, the hits don't register all that well. While there is a fine enough one take in the first episode, it really pales in comparison to everything Daredevil put out, and John Wick Chapter 4 or Extraction 2. Basically every other action movie or show has done this better. And I did not believe what I was seeing when there were plenty of moments where characters could have had the drop on Maya easily, yet the choreography, the directing is so sloppy. It just made all of these characters just feel like they're background characters and they're just waiting to get killed. Like, there's no sense of urgency, there's no sense of tension. I never felt like Maya was really in danger. Everything was in her favor, and I hated that. The visual effects, again, like with most modern MCU films and shows, are bad. The writing is terrible, in the characterization I found really lackluster. This show was basically trying to be Daredevil, but didn't understand characterization. It had a very unlikable character. The only few bits I liked were that the tone was serious. The grandmother character, for the most part, was the most compelling out of all the characters. But really, this show did not really have much to work with. And I didn't care about the struggle that she was going on. And Kingpin just felt too downgraded as a character. And honestly, I didn't feel the sense of urgency and threat in the threat of Kingpin like I did in Daredevil, despite Vincent D'Onofrio giving another good performance. Overall, Echo was another disappointing Disney Plus show. I'm going to give it a D+. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.